Good morning everybody, it's Wednesday and we're starting off in the garden. Now this is a pretty sight this morning. These were seeds from my mum's garden. They've just popped up this morning, it's the first it's opened. How lovely. I didn't get round to deadheading anything yet, but we do have some fresh roses out. The climbing roses are quite happy as well. There's an Arden awake. And this plant is just waking up. It's a Scottish thistle, isn't it? Don't know. Might not be. I think the leaves look wrong. It's over here. That to me is a thistle with thistle leaves. But the top of that looks like a thistle. But the body I've never seen before. Like a little fairy. And there's buzzy bees on the lavender already. I don't know if you can see him in there. I can hear him. Hold on. There we go. Good morning, Mr. Bee. I think it's going to be a hot day today, isn't it? And the time is 6:05. I've been up for possibly over half an hour. Well, I'll tell you how long I've been up. I've been up for about half an hour. So we are out in the garden. I hope you can hear me. I might have to adjust the volume. Normally if I come outside or the volume's quieter, I will go and edit the sound, so it's like I try and keep them all the same level. But if it's quieter, it's because I'm not editing videos right now. These are just pause and start videos every day. But we are outside because Arden has had me awake that he thinks it's funny. You think it's funny waking Mummy up? Yeah. See that smirk afterwards. He's had me awake since 4, I think. About 4:15 or something like that.
Can I put my top on, my new top on, so I can be in the video?
Yeah, go in your tent and then I'll give you your top in a second.
Okay.
I'm trying to make it that I'm not kind of engaging with him, because he's getting me up to start the day and it's so early. Because I'm so sleep deprived now, my body is not switching off at night. I lay awake last night. The last time I came down was about 1 something. I just can't switch off, so I keep coming down, having a wee, wandering around. Like, I'm not doing anything, I just wander around to get my body like a bit like some, I don't know. I just feel like wear it out a little bit, so I wander around the room not touching anything. And then I go, right, I go back to bed and I go back up and lay there for a bit. And it's because I've not had enough sleep. And now it's getting worse because he's waking me up so early. So I've had about 3 hours sleep, which isn't enough. But yesterday we went to the mini golf, didn't we? And we had a really nice time. It was a really good mini golf. There was a giant octopus and a waterfall, and you hit the ball through a crocodile, and it was great. I loved it. And I did say to you, and I'll show you as well how much I've got on my sock, my Scooby-Doo bag. I did say to you, I got a lot on my sock down. This is where it is at the moment. That's going to be the heel there. So I'm just knitting down and then I'll finish the toe. And that's how I'm getting on with my sock. That first one's nearly finished now. Yeah, the mini golf was great. I'm really glad we went to that one and not the Haven one, because the Haven one hadn't been looked after at all. But I did say to you, I'm on a no-buy now. But, hold on, my throat's going all croaky. I have no business being awake. I like this time in the morning, but after at least 6 hours sleep, I can manage on 6. It's not enough sleep for me, 3. I'm going to pass out and then lose the day, aren't I now? Oh, and then that sets me in the cycle anyway. I'm so cross. I'm so tired as well. And he doesn't like wake me up like, Mummy, I'm awake. No, you wake up with his foot up your bum because he climbs in bed and then he tries to wake you up. And I ignore him and ignore him. And so then because he's like up the other end of the bed. So we're topping and tailing because he sneaks in and then he starts putting his foot up my bum. He knows. He knows. Yeah, I wasn't going to buy anything. I said I'm on a no buy. But then I saw that Uniqlo. I didn't mean to look. But I saw as we walked past Uniqlo that they've collaborated with Studio Ghibli. And so I used the money from my earnings, my first time using the earnings. First month when I was self-employed, I had to get all of like shop stuff with it and use like my little drill and all that. But this month I was going to put it all on a bill, and we did overpay a bill, and I was just going to save the rest of it. I've got £20 saved for Christmas already, and we've got some Christmas presents. It sounds like I'm giving myself a reason, but I've been looking for a big jumper that's comfy. I tend to wear Chris's jumper, but it is his work one and I shouldn't. So when I saw this collaboration, we went inside to have a look. So I saw in the window this t-shirt. And that is Howl's Moving Castle. And I did want it for me. But it's not going to fit me right. You know, it's going to be so tight on my boobs and my belly. But it does fit Chris perfectly. So that is Chris's t-shirt, Studio Ghibli t-shirt. And then I saw this jumper and I thought it was cute. But I also thought, oh, it's just a plain jumper. Well, when I turned it round. Are you ready? Can you see? Hold on.
There's a kitty on. There's a kitty picture on it.
Yeah, it's got a kitty picture on the front. Yeah. And it's got Kiki on the back from Kiki's Delivery Service, which is a really nice film. Now Arden's cold, so he wants his t-shirt.
Yeah,
I said to the children,
no,
I said to the children they could pick a t-shirt out. He picked Soot Sprites from my neighbour Totoro. Totoro, Totoro, which is probably the most well-known Ghibli film. Totoro, 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 Totoro. No, no, no. Because you woke me up this morning. You woke me up. You've got no business coming over here being all sweet and innocent. Go and sit in the tent whilst I finish doing this. Too hot. And then Winry has a matching jumper with me. There's the front. I wish you could get the adult one in pink. But yeah, I wasn't meant to buy anything. I said I was on an no buy. But the Levi's jumper that I bought, I got off of Vinted secondhand, and that was a large. You probably, if you've been here a while, you'll remember me ordering it. I just wanted a big, like, jumper, and that one ticked all the boxes. Apart from when it arrived, I forgot to think that if you buy a woman's large, it's basically a men's extra small, isn't it? And so it fit me and it's fine, but I don't want to wear it because it doesn't fit how I want it to. I want it to fit like this. So I'm going to put my Levi's one up for sale on my Vinted, and then this is going to be my jumper now. I wouldn't have bought it just because it's Ghibli. This one would have been hard to refuse, to be honest, because it is a big jumper which I wanted. No. And it's got that Kiki and Gigi on it, and I've got a Gigi bag, haven't I, a project bag, which I had Ella's Halloween socks in when I was knitting them. but I also only want to get clothes if they're going to last a really long time. So I know that you can buy like Ghibli stuff off of Amazon, but I don't know how good the quality is. So I know that Uniqlo's clothes last, like they last. I find it hard to kill them off. The Uniqlo clothes. I had their heat tech, which if you get cold in the winter you should definitely try their heat tech. I had long sleeve heat tech. I used to wear it under everything, and I tended to not need any coats. And I'm going to save up and buy some this year for me and the children. Chris has like a work one. Oh, someone's just let their pigeons out. I can't remember what I was saying.
The bang, the explosion.
That was all the pigeons flapping their wings at the same time. They're homing pigeons, so they'll do a loop and they'll come back. My granddad used to have homing pigeons up the garden. Where that lavender is, that's where they used to be. So yeah, I did buy these, but it's going to replace something in my wardrobe. And I always buy the children second-hand clothes, like they've got second-hand coats that I showed you. I don't like contributing to fast fashion. I like buying. Before I had Vinted, I was struggling to find things that fit, and eBay had like dried up and I hadn't tried Vinted. But in the charity shops and that, I was getting some pieces. No, pick it up and take it in the tent. I was able to get some pieces, but it was few and far between. If they were my style and they fit, they'd be like, they would fit and a colour I wouldn't like. On Vinted I can get second-hand clothes really easy. In the tent please. In the tent please. I wish it was like a one-off him waking me up, because then you could just enjoy the morning and just be like, oh well, we're up for the day now, it is what it is. But I don't want to encourage it because he does it every day. I need him to stop doing it. I need him to learn, like when he wakes up he needs to just go back to sleep, or at least just lay there like I do. Yeah, if you ever want to learn about fast fashion, there's a documentary on Netflix called Buy It Now. And I also watched one last night, which was really good. Oh, Winry's up, hold on. Winry just wanted to say good morning. Good morning, Winry.
Good morning.
But yeah, it'll make you think twice about buying things. So I don't buy new things, one, because it's cheaper to buy secondhand, and two, because I don't want to be a part of what's going on in the world. So, although Uniqlo is fast fashion, you will see me in this jumper for the rest of my life. So, it's a good purchase. And Arden's t-shirt I got in, he's 4, but his t-shirt is 7 to 8. And Winry is 6, but her jumper is 9 to 10. So, although it is buying fast fashion, I'm going to get loads of wear out of it. I bought Shein stuff. I tried it and I succumbed to Shein, and that was when I really just thought, no. I tried to go secondhand. All of her baby clothes were secondhand out of necessity, and a blessing, the fact that someone gave them to us. But also, I would have bought secondhand anyway. I'd been buying bits at boot fairs. Same with Arden, I think. Oh, I think with Arden I just bought him white onesies and then he wore them to death and nothing else, because I realised it's easier to just leave your babies in a onesie than keep changing them. 1 second. Ooh. But yeah, when I tried the Shein clothes, because nothing was fitting me at the time, I was so excited that, I'd had all these clothes come in, and it was really cheap for the amount of stuff I brought. And then when they arrived, I tried them on and I didn't like the material of them. They felt like kind of plasticky. And then when I wore them, it was just irritating my skin so much. It was making me moody, you know. Yeah, so all of those I have put by to turn them into dress, like skirts, or to use them to make other things. Because wouldn't that be interesting if anything we consumed, it became our job? Because it is anyway, but there's no forfeit or whatever, like consequence, should I say, for just disposing of it in a bad way. If someone was keeping an eye on your consumption habits and you could only have clothes if you were going to use them and repair them and mend them, makes me wonder how much money people would have. When people were saying, oh, I've got no money, and it's like, oh, that's because I watch videos that people make TikTok compilations and that react about it, and they say like, oh, I'm living paycheck to paycheck because they're paying £300 a month to Kalana. No. That's crazy. And there's already like enough clothing on the planet for like 9 or 10 years, and the clothing, it's just, yeah, you might not want to look into it, but if you want to save yourself some money, look into it, because then you'll start to feel a moral obligation not to buy like that as well. But yeah, these pieces will be worn such a long time, so that's part of the reason I allowed it as well. They just keep standing there the whole garden. Amazing, isn't it? Bought myself some hairbands for £1. I bought these as a gift for a friend. I'm going to be making up like a little self-care bundle. So yeah, there to go in that. I have an art project I want to do with the children as well. I also bought some plain notebooks yesterday, and I've covered them. I used to do this when I first started Shadows at Midnight. I covered notebooks. So these are ready to go in my shop update. When I update my shop, they're just square notebooks. I like square ones. I know not everybody does, but you can stick things in them, and they're really good for writing lists. And I know, I like square ones. I like writing in square notebooks. So yeah, they're going to go up in my shop. I'm going to put them up as £4 each. Isn't that beautiful? It's got like a linen texture. It's not linen, it is paper, but you know what I mean. I just think they're so beautiful. But yeah, bought some plain notebooks, and I made them up yesterday, ready to go in the shop update. I'm trying to get bits for the shop ready now. I need to do some resin charms next week, I think. Like this, I've told myself in the next 2 weeks, so that there's not a strict deadline, but I'm going to start drawing some out this morning. I've got some drawn out, but I can't remember what I've drawn and what I haven't. And that horrible encounter I had last week, I like to change the energy of it, and so I said to myself, right, that was negative, and now I want to put some positive and happiness back in the world. And so then I started thinking about what can I do, and I decided like a random act of kindness. And then last night I was watching someone's video, and I'd wanted to give something to this person anyway, and then after I'd heard what was going on and how they were, and I was just like, I know who the random act of kindness is going to, so I'm going to make them up a charm as well. I wish I could just make everybody feel better. It's horrible, isn't it, when you feel low? But anyway, we can just all do a little bit, can't we? I also treated myself to, not this. This is my empty bottle that sits on my, it sits out of the box. I just put it in the box to bring it down. It sits on my dresser because it is my favourite perfume, and it's the first and only box or perfume bottle I've ever owned. I used to just go past Boots and spray it on me all the time because I just couldn't. I wasn't okay with spending that much money on a perfume, and I know people do. My brother does. Each to their own. But I was putting like our food every month on credit cards, so I have no business buying perfume. But Chris treated me one Valentine's and birthday combined present, and yeah, and then it ran out and it just sits on my side, and I love it so much, but I'm not replacing it. But I read this article about a dupe that is in Marks and Spencer. I don't know if you've heard of it, but yeah, I just thought, oh, I'm going to try that out, and it is M&S's Soft Iris, and this is supposedly the dupe to this. Well, I must agree, this smells very, 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 very close to the Mademoiselle. I haven't got any on this one. It just does. And so this box is about 60 to 70 pounds, I think, for 100ml. This box is 10 pounds. 10 pounds for 100ml. And I put it on yesterday, and for me that lasted like all day. I could still smell it on my arms when I went to bed last night. So I'm happy with that. I tried to get it a couple of months ago when I first read the article, but it was completely sold out in the shop. And even when I went in yesterday, yeah, if you go in there just one more time, where's it gone? Soft Iris. You don't have to buy it, but you should go in, if you're in Marks and Spencer, just go and spray it. See what you think, if you know what the other one smells like. I can't do a like for like because that's so empty, it's like evaporated inside. But yeah, when I went in there before, they were all sold out. And this time there was only 4 bottles. So there's only 3 in Blue Water as of last time I was in there. So if you're in Blue Water one, they're selling out again. And the smaller, I think it's like the 50ml one, is £7. So it's not, I could have got the £7 one last time, but I was like, no. Yeah, so perfume was one I wanted to get. Normally I just use the Black Dusk or Black something from the pound shop, which is normally £1 or it's in a gift set. But I'm really pleased I got that Soft Iris. I'm going to keep getting myself that now. And that was because, thank you very much, someone had been treating me on Ko-fi, and they sent a Ko-fi donation and said, like, treat yourself and for a little something, you know. So that's my treat myself little something. And although I didn't want to spend my earnings on clothes or anything like that, I'm really glad that I did spend it on what I spent it on. And it's like, it feels like my first paycheck, you know, which is nice. I went past so many things that I didn't buy. There was the cutest stickers. I've talked your ears off again. It's coming up to 25 minutes by the time I've finished nattering. There was really cute Squash'em stickers in the works, and I like miniature things, and these stickers were this tiny. They were so small. And that was hard for me to not buy them. I really, really, really wanted them. And they were only £2, and that's hard, isn't it, to tell yourself no when you think it's so meagre. But there was also a set of pens, and that was like smelly pens that Winry liked. That would have been £4. So that's £6. And then I would have thought, oh, it's only £6. I'll add £4 and it's a tenner, and what else do I need? And it all adds up. And so I just was like, no, I kept putting things down. We went in Flying Tiger, and Arden found a traffic light, and you press the button and the lights go. That was like really, it was about this big. It was £4 or £5. I did carry it around for a bit. No thank you. And I also found a times table, or add a maths thing, and you twist them and you can change it so it has the right answers and stuff. And it's like multiplication, division, addition and subtraction. And that was £4. I really wanted to get that. Put that down. I put it all down. On my Ko-fi, what you can get on there for free is my no spend thing. That's on there, which I think a lot of people know about already. That's on there. You can download it and you can track and set yourself no spend days to put money away, because you should be paying off your debt and you should be putting money away. It's not good, is it, to be in that? It's different if it happens and you're in debt, because like us, we just had to survive on credit cards for all the food and whatever. It is what it is, but you don't have to stay in it. And if you're only paying the minimum payments on things, then you need to pay more, because that's never getting you out of anything. But also, I made recently, and I'm going to print it out for myself today, I made a sheet that says all the money I didn't spend, or something like that. And it's to track how much I would have spent if I just allowed myself to buy what I wanted. Like when we were in B&Q the other day, we bought a car cleaning sponge and 2 buckets. so it was £3 the lot. But there was hanging baskets in there, and I had this money that from my earnings from being self-employed, and I could have bought these, and I said no. I was really good. There was hanging baskets that they'd marked down to £8, and there was hydrangeas in there for like £7. There was loads of plants in the clearance bit for like £4. I could have kitted the garden out for about £90, but I didn't, because I didn't need them. I did want and need a big jumper. That was on my list, a big comfy jumper, and I've got one now. Did the children need what I bought them? No, but at least they're going to get a lot of wear out of it. Did Chris need another t-shirt? Yes. Most of his they've got holes in, and I've patched them up. 1 second. I have no idea what I was saying. We've just had a huge conversation, and now I don't know what. After chatting with her, I have no idea what I was saying to you. I am so tired. I'm going to go indoors and have some protein. I'm going to do myself, I think, egg on toast for breakfast. I've got the pasta that's already cooked, so it's going to be tuna and pasta, sweet corn, tuna and sweet corn pasta even for lunch today, and I'll just do that separate for the children. I'll do like tuna, mayo and sweet corn mixed up, and then I'll do them pasta separate, because I know what they're like, and they'll eat more pasta that way. Don't know what Chris will have. Probably sausages. He doesn't eat a lot of the same stuff. Well, he eats hardly anything the same stuff that we eat. He kind of just eats like meat and potatoes. So he'll probably cook himself some sausages, because he got himself a frozen bag of sausages, which I do not like them at all. I just go without. That's the thing as well with budgets and that, like with our food stuff. When I keep seeing lots of posts and things about people saying they can't get their food budgets down. But if you're buying food that's pre-made, then you're paying for the convenience, and then that costs a lot more. And you might have to, I don't know your situation, but that's how you get your budgets down, like your shopping budget. You buy store brand everything. You don't buy any yellow sticker stuff unless it's something you want. And if there isn't an alternative to the cheap one, then you go without. That's what we did. We had loads of months where we just didn't have butter, because I didn't like the cheap butter and I couldn't afford the better butter, so I just had none. And you get by. Sandwiches are fine, like it is fine. I didn't have sauces, so if I wanted, like this morning I'll have egg on toast with tomato sauce, but before I'd just have it with like cooked tomatoes, because that's better for you anyway. Yeah, we just went without, like on a lot of stuff. That's how you do it. You stop having everything that you want. But it makes you feel so grateful. Like all the things I've got, they might be little. I'm so grateful that I could, one, do it, and Willie's stealing my breakfast. Just stole my leaves. It was my salad, wasn't it, that you made me? And she brings me like little knives and forks. That's my little fork. So cute.
It's what wild children use to eat their food. They just have it.
I could just sit and talk to you, couldn't I? But I'm gonna go. Should we have some eggs? Do you want egg sandwich or toast with egg on the side? You're not having cereal. I'm convinced it's this cereal that's making everybody. He had cereal before bed again, and then he's awake really early.
Mama.
Cereal's just full of sugar, isn't it?
I like some Marmite sandwich.
Okay, well you could have Marmite toast and egg on the side. Deal?
I think I just like Marmite.
I know, but you've got to have some protein, haven't you?
Oh.
Got tuna pasta for lunch today, so I need to get double the amount of protein, because I'm pretty sure he's not going to eat the tuna stuff. But you try everything, don't you?
Yeah.
Give it a try. We'll get you an egg. You like eggy?
Yeah.
Shall I mix it up so it's a yellow eggy?
I like it to be a green egg.
A green egg? Do you know, green eggs and ham, I thought that sounded horrible, green eggs. But apparently if chickens eat acorns, then they get, their eggs go green. You know, like when you crack them open. Apparently whatever tannins or whatever it is in an acorn makes the egg go green inside. So green eggs and ham is actually a very well-fed chicken's egg. It's just their acorns. Right, I'm gonna go. It's like half an hour. We're not having green eggs, we're having normal eggs. I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.